Welcome back, everyone. Good morning. We have a great new roundtable discussion here. It's the CNES launch site from micro mini launchers, obviously from Guyana. We have an hour for this, I believe, and there'll be possibilities to take questions as well. The panel will be taking questions. But I'm going to hand over to Ursula, who's Deputy Director of the CNES Transportation. So over to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Welcome to this roundtable dedicated to the multi-launcher launch complex in Guyana Space Center. I'm Ursula Agnacu-Serran, Deputy Director at CNES Space Transportation Directorate. And I'm very glad to be here today for a very nice roundtable. So as you know, the new space wave continues to grow, and the European spaceport in French Guiana is preparing to host a brand new launch complex, a multi-launcher facility capable of accommodating 5 different launch vehicles. So before we start, let's watch together a video that introduces these new actors.
Und gleichzeitig Europas Widerstandsfähigkeit und Autonomie zu stärken. Wir sind stolz darauf, gezeigt zu haben, dass Europa dauerhaft zu mutigem Denken und großen Erfolgen fähig ist.
Como pioneros, PLD Space se acercó al CSG en 2018 y ahora somos un operador privado de lanzamiento. Estamos orgullosos de poder aportar a esta nueva era de la base de Kourou para un lanzamiento competitivo privado desde suelo europeo.
À l'époque de Diamant, l'accès à l'espace était réservé à des nations pionnières comme la France, qui a voulu porter des projets de développement d'accès à l'espace avec des moyens et des méthodes qui étaient bien différentes de celles qu'on a pu rencontrer aujourd'hui avec le New Space. Aujourd'hui, on a pu adapter nos méthodes de production avec l'impression 3D, on a pu élaborer des nouvelles méthodes de travail avec des itérations plus rapides afin de gagner en réactivité, en productivité et du coup permettre à des sociétés privées, des petites startups comme Latitude, de se lancer dans ce genre de projet et d'avoir la même ambition de réalisation du rêve d'accès à l'espace.
Wir bei AFA sind stolz darauf, Teil des nächsten Kapitels auf dem historischen Diamant-Stadtplatz zu sein. Während die Grundlagen der Raketentechnik nach wie vor auf denselben physikalischen Prinzipien beruhen, die die Pionierflüge der Diamant angetrieben haben, ermöglicht die heutige Technologie eine weitaus größere Leistung, Nachhaltigkeit und Kosteneffizienz. Unser Helix-Triebwerk, das eine gestufte Verbrennung verwendet, stellt einen bedeutenden Sprung über die toxischen Hydrazin- und Feststoffantriebe der Vergangenheit dar. Die Wahl von robusten, preiswerten Edelstahl für unsere Stufen ermöglicht eine schnelle und kostengünstige Herstellung. Ein krasser Gegensatz zu den komplexen und kostspieligen Fertigungsmethoden des früheren Raumfahrtzeitalters. Durch Innovationen in den Bereichen Design, Materialien und Betrieb können wir einen Startkadenz und eine Wirtschaftlichkeit erreichen, welche in den 60er und 70er Jahren unvorstellbar war. Die Starts von privat entwickelten Trägerraketen von Kourou bedeuten nicht nur Europas flexiblen und unabhängigen Zukunft im Weltraum, sondern auch eine neue Ära regelmäßiger, nachhaltiger und kosteneffizienter Missionen, die auf dem stolzen Erbe von Diamant und CNES aufbauen.
Avec le projet Callisto, on a une ambition qui est de développer une fusée qui sera un véhicule de démonstration de premier étage de lanceur réutilisable. Cette fusée, elle fera ses décollages et ses atterrissages depuis le site Diamant du centre spatial guyanais. Alors c'est un défi technique parce que par bien des aspects, on démarre de la feuille blanche et on est aux limites de nos connaissances en Europe. Mais pour des ingénieurs, évidemment, c'est une aventure unique. On a une équipe internationale avec des ingénieurs du CNES et de nos partenaires japonais, de l'Ajaxa et allemands du DLR. Et on s'appuie chacun sur nos industriels respectifs. Tout ça mis ensemble, ça forme une équipe qui est très dynamique, très motivante et qui fait qu'au quotidien, ce projet, c'est aussi une aventure humaine, riche et fédératrice. Et ça nous a permis de franchir déjà beaucoup d'étapes. On est en train de construire la fusée en ce moment et de réhabiliter le site Diamant. Et toute l'équipe est mobilisée pour relever ce défi, récupérer et réutiliser une fusée et contribuer ainsi à la préparation du futur du transport spatial européen.
So we are cheerful to welcome 4 representatives of this new ambition, starting by Jean-Marc Bahut, Deputy Director at the CNES Space Transportation, Guylain Bilnel, Deputy Director of Operation and Means in Guyana Space Center, Raoul Verdoux, co-founder and Chief Business Officer in PLD, and Bastien Batic, CTO of Latitude. Welcome to you. So I will start with you, Guylain. Can you describe the CSG, and can you say a few words about the Guyana Space Center?
Yeah, thank you, Ursula. Just before I'll start with the presentation of the CNES, which is the French space agency, which has a lot of experience in space technology, which is built in 1961. So we propose and implement French space policy. And we are both an agency and a technical center. That's what we are very proud, because we have a lot of engineers which are in contact of technical and with great experience about expertise about space technical system. And so we represent France at the European Space Agency. And we have, as a matter of fact, another mission which to operate the Guyana Space Center. So just to locate our spaceport, it's located in French Guyana at Kourou. It's about, the CSG is about 700 kilometers square. It's quite big. It's like the Martinique. We are just near the coastline. We have about 50 kilometers of coastline. We have an exciting large azimuthal capabilities, which is a big advantage, because we are almost capable to launch to the north or on the east side, which makes this spot a great spot for launcher and for the mission. And we are also at quite proximity of the equator, which is something that can help and use less fuel when we launch from Kourou for the east launch. And the last one, but last but not the least, a great point to be in Guyana, it's that it's a hurricane and a seismic shock-free zone. So the nature is quite available and good for our launch and on our technical means. So as I said, the area is quite large to cover, and for that we have a lot of different technical means. We can welcome the satellite by plane or by sea, and that's as you can see here. And we have a lot of common means, like a radar or telemetry station, to be sure when the rocket starts and take off, we have the capability to be sure the mission is in good condition. That's our implementation. And next, you can switch. Yes. And so our CNES mission at CSG is based on 3 points. The first of all is to organize and coordinate the launch operation. So it's quite important, because the CSG is a very large area that has a lot of industry that work, and it's in our mission to be sure all is done in good cooperation. Our second and one of the most important missions is the safety mission of people within the CSG perimeter and security base, and to protect protection of personnel and facility. So we are when the countdown is done, when the rocket take off, it's our mission to be sure that there will be no impact on the person or on the means. And a technical, and as I said just before, we have a lot of system, radar, telemetry, energy that are here on the CSG to make the Guyana Space Center work. And one of our important mission is to be sure that all is ready when it has to be used. And so we have a mission of technical management and to be sure and maintain all resources in operational condition.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Guilain, for this nice presentation of the CSG. Now that we know better the CSG, Jean-Marc, can you say a few words about the ELM project?
Yes, so the ELM project consists in selecting the Diamant site, former Diamant launcher in the 70s, that was already existing in CSG, and to be able to install several launch pads in order to operate newcomers, private operators of micro launchers. So we have selected this site in the years 2020 already, and started to invest and to renew this site because there was at that time some very old buildings from the past. So now we are going to renew this site. We invest, CNES invest several tens of millions euros to renew this site, and so we are quite now at the end of this renewal, and we will install so what we call the common means, meaning all the energy networks, gas, and so on, arrival on the site at the entrance of the site, and then micro launcher operators will be allowed to install their launch pads with their own fundings. It's not CNES that will install that. So each operator will install its launch pad. So we have 3 years ago, we have started a call for tender to propose this site to all operators that are interested to come in CSG. And we had a lot of candidates, more than 10 candidates, and we pre-selected several of them, and now we are in the final step of this selection. We have selected 5 micro launchers and we have 2 good representatives with us today, because we have an area for 5 launch pads on this launch site. So what else can I say? So you can see on the map that is on the screen what we call on the bottom of the slide, what we call the rear zone, where will be installed the assembly buildings. And on the top of the screen, you see the different launch pads, and also in the middle, the area where Callisto will be also tested starting end of next year. So this is the general organization of the launch site.
And I can say that for those who are interested in that, you have a nice mock-up in the Pavillon du CNES that you can see. Okay, thank you very much, Jean-Marc. But in this project, there is a project that is slightly different from the other. I think about the Callisto project. Can you say a few words about the Callisto?
Yes, Callisto project is a demonstrator project for reusability of launcher. So it's a small-scale demonstrator that have been initiated some years before together with our Japanese colleagues from JAXA and our German colleagues from DLR. It's a trilateral partnership to be able to build this demonstrator that will that is about 10 meters height and 3 ton of propellants at liftoff. And that we be able, from CSG, on the same Diamant site, to perform a complete flight mission representative of a first stage, a real launcher first stage, so high altitude, high speed mission, and come back to land on the just close to the launch pad to be able to land. So this is basically the demonstrator of Callisto, and this will fly from end of next year, maybe early 2027.
Okay, so it's an important step for the CSG. Now that we talked about the demonstrator, let's talk about the launchers that will be in the ELM. And starting with you, Raoul and Bastien, can you describe your company in few words?
Yes, so hello everybody. First of all, thank you, CNES, for inviting us to that panel. PLD Space is the most promising launcher company at global level, based in Europe. We are the original company, founded in 2011. We were the first one, visiting Diamond site with CNES friends. So I want to say thank you to all the CNES colleagues that I saw so many here working with years together with us. And I want to say to my competitors, you are welcome, because because we start that project that today everybody is joining that, and I think it's good for Europe and it's good for everybody. We are the unique player in Europe with a successful launch experience with Miura 1. And now we are putting all the focus to deliver our fully vertically developed launch vehicle, Miura 5. Almost 200 square meters of industrial infrastructure that we are experts, more than 10 years developing space infrastructure in Spain and in Europe. So it's a pleasure to stay here on the stage with you guys.
Thank you. Bastien, I don't know if...
yeah.
Maybe you can talk about Miura.
Okay, perfect. Good. So, so if we, I think there is the video now. Yes, because. Well, we can talk about the development. That this is our workshop. When we design and produce all of our subsystems, we produce engine parts, our TCAs, our avionics, our flight software, ground equipment, ground electrical equipment, our mechanisms for flight and for ground. So we are capable to develop the largest private engine developed in Europe, and also we are capable to produce the largest private rocket structures in Europe, and everything has the heritage of Miura 1. So our mechanisms and all our subsystems are being qualified during this year to launch our first successful Miura 5 next year. All those premises are owned by PLD Space. We're a fully independent company, and happy to collaborate with our European partners like CNES. And we are qualifying our engines. For us, it's our second rocket, so it makes the difference. We are passing all of our engineering tests, acceptance and qualification tests in the first attempt, not because we are smarter than the others, it's because we are older. I think we are in a strong position to start with safety our operations, because we saw so many failures in the market, because people or other colleagues, they underestimate how hard it is to put a rocket on the path and follow the trajectory. So we saw so many failures in US, and also we are starting to see that failures in Europe, and this is why our methodology to enter into the market is more conservative than the others. And this is why we successfully launched in our first attempt a super complex vehicle. It's a small version, like Callisto for reusability. Miura 1 was the demonstrator for our Miura 5 technology that it will fly from Kourou next year.
Nice, very nice video that show very well what you do. It's and your impressive factory.
Thank you. So well, we can continue. I can talk about PLD space for hours, so no problem. So because someone repeats to me like be like super short, so, but no problem. So yes, so I think that's very important that it was super complex to start our implementation in Kourou because there was, let me say, nothing from the regulatory point of view, the place, and now we're in a position. So today, stay tuned in the news because today there is this afternoon there will be a big announcement between PLD Space and CNES. So stay tuned for that. And we are happy to pass the first safety submissions. We received the approval from the safety authorities of our safety architecture of our vehicle. And it's the first time that a company start, let me say, the construction of a launch pad in the Diamond side at CSG. And we are a let me say, institutional program. We are not a ESA program. We are not a national program. So we are a commercial company that we have a queue of customers that they want to fly with us. There are several here in that room. And PLD Space, crossing fingers, it will be the first European newco launching something successfully into orbit. So we are in a race, so we have colleagues doing amazing things. We respect a lot what the others are doing, and I think it's good for Europe having several PLD Space. It will be impossible to do it better than us, but I challenge everybody. Again, it's a pleasure to work together with CNES and to be one of the users of that amazing launch complex. Like we are at some point like doing things like in US. Sometimes we say, no, in US, everything is amazing, everything. But I think in Europe, we are capable to do same and sometimes even better things. So I challenge everybody to start operation in Diamond side sooner. And that's all. Vamos, Miura.
Thank you very much, Raul. Now, let's talk about Latitude. You're 10 years younger than PLD, so can you describe a little bit your company?
Yeah. So first of all, many thanks also to be here and to have been selected by CNES to be at CSG because it's a really historical site. And we will be really happy to launch side by side with PLD quite soon. So first of all, Latitude starts with a problematic. So there is a huge small sat market growing and with many applications. And for this, one of the best ideas we thought was to create dedicated and affordable responsive launch services. Oh, yeah. So that's why we developed the Zephyr launcher. So it's quite a small launcher for a roll of thumb. You can remember it's 20 meter, 20 ton at liftoff, and 200 kilogram into low Earth orbit. So it's based on the Navier. You will see quite some short video about it. So it's our own engine. So as you say, the company is quite young. You can keep going. So it was created in 2019, starting by our first factory, first fundraising, and first chamber test in Saxavord. But right now, we also start our first on-site, on test sites. So basically, we are able to do our own tests. And we will be really happy to start also groundworks at French Guiana quite soon. So yeah. And yeah, so here you can see how it will be in French Guiana, but yeah, we can go to the video where there is a bit more real stuff. So this is our first factory where we have also a groundworks, our workshop, so a bit smaller than yours. For sure, right now, but it will be developed. So starting to do all of our own stuff in-house. So like all of the engine parts, we are able to do them also internally. So
you both chose to make in-house fabrications.
Yeah.
Can you explain what?
Probably for, as we want to be responsive, it's one of the best way to do it internally and to have this capacity to iterate also quite rapidly. And as I said, so we have our own test sites, which is really useful when you do it your own stuff, your own design, to go directly to test it. So as right now we have many tests, so of the turbo pumps. So right now we had one yesterday, we will have another one today, and we have many tests also of the chamber. So as you, and if you want to go to the booth, you will be able to see so the full engine with the chamber and the turbo pump. And yeah, one of our many tests that we made on the chamber. Yeah. It's supposed to be a bit loudy now.
Thank you. Thank you, Bastien. Raoul, you didn't describe very well your launcher. Can you say more things about your launcher and describe it more deeply, please?
Yeah, for sure. So our Mir 5 is a 36 meters tall rocket, 5 engines in the first stage, 190 kilonewtons, so the largest private engine developed in Europe. Our second stage is a 90 kilonewton engine. Our basic performance to SSO, it's 540 kilograms to the classical 500 kilometers high orbit. Into equatorial or very low inclination, we are capable to launch a ton plus something. This is what we call the Mira 1 1.0. It's a recoverable but not reusable rocket. And we are now developing Mira Next. That is our next vehicle. It's a mid-class vehicle. Not for Diamond site. We are in conversation with CNES also because we want to launch from Kourou, our large vehicle. But in the middle we have Mira 5 1.2, block 1.2. It will be a 2 tons to SSO orbit that we are now developing that. It's a delta development of our current capabilities. And it will be a rocket not to launch one per week. For us, this is a big challenge for the coming decade, let me say. But it's fitted perfectly in the market for small launch, for small satellite companies, and also to deploy small constellations. So our idea is to start developing a small launch vehicle and to grow from there. So we want to learn. We developed Mira 1. It was a 12 meters tall rocket just to demonstrate the technology. And we are, increasingly starting with those guys they are doing. That was amazing, I have to say. And from that, you start to grow and grow because the market is growing in terms of volume and mass to be launched into orbit. And I think Europe needs something to complement what is existing today with our colleagues with Ariane Group and Avio. So happy to put that vehicles to our European and also for our global customers.
And you choose the CSG. Why?
It's the best spaceport in the world.
Thank you.
I confirm.
It is.
Yeah, the CSG runs for more than half a century. As we saw, Diamant first launch was in 1970, if I remember, from CSG, which is quite a huge lot of feedback from space service. So we know if we go to CSG, it will be many services, and we know that you will be able to be with us on our different launches. So definitely, yeah. And also from CSG, there is many capacities for different orbits, especially in the small application. We don't want to go only to synchronous orbits. It's also really interesting for us to go in mid-inclination orbits. So that's why to go to CSG, it's one of the best places to go in synchronous orbits, but also to go in mid-incline.
And as Guilain said, we have a lot of knowledge that we'll put in your disposal. If you had to describe your launcher in one word, which one will you choose?
Profitable.
Okay, and you?
So affordable. Competitive.
Okay, thank you very much. Maybe we can take a few questions in the audience. As you want. If there are any questions in the audience for... Yes?
Thank you to all of you to be here and talk about your launcher, the ELM project. Thank you for being here and for the ELM project. I'd like to know more about the relation between your teams and the CNES. How will you operate your launcher? When does the CNES stop, and when it's your turn to take action on your launchers?
Okay, so it's quite hard to understand the question, if I well understand. So all of the safety will be ruled by the CNES. So because they have a huge knowledge on that. So we will work with them on that. And but on the operation, all of the operation will be planned and will be done by Latitude. So from the beginning to all of the assembly until the when you don't push the button to lift off, but basically to the end, and to also on the following of the flight path.
Yeah, it's complementary mission. You have the mission of the launcher that will be sure his launch is okay and can take off. And the CNES mission is to be sure to control the launch is okay. So it's a very complementary mission, and we still interact until the mission is done.
The safety mission doesn't have any end. Yeah. Okay, is there another question? Okay.
Hey, I'm Amandine Boucher. I'm working for IN Group, so maybe as a business developer. This way is better? Okay. Yeah. So maybe it's a quite technical question. I'm not an expert, but it's linked to what they were saying regarding safety. What about the avionics? Because I know that you have specific regulation to follow. The French one is really, really specific. How did you develop your solution? Do you adjust some? How is it working on your side?
Yes, good. I am not the CTO, but I have the answer. Yes, so we develop our avionics for our Mira 1 development program. Avionics for us means flight computer, all the network management, data acquisition systems, all the small control loops, the small components loops like the electronic for actuator, things like that. All those things are developed by us. For safety, we are purchasing qualified avionics, for example, all related with flight termination system. We are using state-of-the-art technology. We are purchasing commercial solutions. We are trying to purchase it in Europe. Unfortunately, there is no commercially viable providers in Europe for the moment. We are pushing European providers, but today we are importing that subsystem from US that we are super happy on price, performance, and lead time. But our avionics are fully developed by us. All the safety-related things are acquired as commercial in the market.
Okay, maybe a last one. No? Thank you. Thank you very much for
Thank you also.
your intervention.
Thanks for that.